Now, after 50 odd years in politics, I do not swallow for 1 second that Bob Catter does not know the answers to these questions that he's asking. You'd have to be a fucking idiot. Let's have a look at him, will we? Then we'll get back and we'll have a bit of a fucking let's bag out Bob moment.
Why are we passing gun laws? Oh, as a diversion from the real problem that the government let in two extremely dangerous people into this country. In Queensland, up to about 1992, there were no gun laws at all, except on concealable firearms. So I went in to buy a pair of sporting socks on a holiday at the Gold Coast, and they had AK-47 rifles there, so I bought an AK-47 rifle and 350 rounds of ammunition instead of buying my sports socks. No gun laws at all. Anyone can walk in, buy a gun anytime they like. Queensland in that year had 8 deaths with guns. Victoria, with draconian gun laws, that year had 54 deaths with guns. So much for your gun laws. Now, the same situation in the United States, North Dakota, highest firearms ownership in the world. The last time I looked, there'd be no deaths with firearms in North Dakota. Similarly in Switzerland, lowest death rate with guns, Switzerland. Every single house by law has a gun. So why are we passing gun laws? Oh, as a diversion from the real problem that the government let in two extremely dangerous people into this country. And it's not humanly possible for the migration authorities not to know that these people came from terrorist areas and had arguably terrorist backgrounds. So they let people with a huge question mark over them into this country. Having let them into this country, they then went on an ASIO list.
Really? Well,
Watch list, and they have 3 registered firearms, high-powered firearms. 3 registered firearms. I mean, if you put a person on an ASIO watch list, I mean, surely you check out whether he's got firearms. Not even worrying about the explosives that were part of the Bondi happening as well, I might add. So what a marvellous diversion. I mean, honestly, Albo, whether he's a mate of mine or not, I've got to say, congratulations, mate. What a great diversion. It's not about you letting the worst possible people in this country, then leaving them with the firearms and giving them the firearms, I might add. It's not about any of those things. No, it's about firearm ownership.
right, it's all about that. Why? It's just it gets annoying. Now, anyone who owns a firearm, who's been through the bullshit, get firearms licences and everything, knows full well that's an absolute load of fucking shit. It's not a case of letting somebody in with firearms. It doesn't happen. However, gee, it seems an awful lot like inviting in, doesn't it? How many more have they invited in that are going to cause this sort of bullshit? How many more have they invited in? They're not letting these people in by accident. Come on. I mean, here's Bob Catter there wearing a little pin on his lapel. That's one pin with the Israeli Star of David the Israel flag and the Australian flag put together. Hello, people. Hello, I'm a fly. Hello. You got Canada admitting that we're now in the New World Order. You got Trump pulling his bullshit. You got Pauline Hanson running around in Mar-a-Lago with none other than Gina Reinhardt. Welcome to hell, baby. And people still hold the opinion. I was talking to an old lady today at Woolies about why I don't vote. Oh, well, you can't say anything then. Oh, really? I didn't vote for this shit. You did. You voted for this shit. Hello? Dumbass? If you voted for it, then you're to blame. Because I sure as hell didn't. You all sit down and whinge, piss and moan, do it your entire lives, and don't even stop to think for a second, hang on, have I been had here? Have I fucking, are they whacking one over me or what? They sure we are. Bob Katter has been in Parliament for fucking well over 50 years. Excuse me. So don't sit there and tell me that he doesn't know the answers to all those questions other than the fluff and muff that he just dribbled. Of course he does. Lamb chops. Oh, it's marrow. Yeah. We've got more to come. Like, don't you think it's a bit of a coincidence? How many coincidences do we need before we realise it's a pattern? Not a coincidence. Don't nick your knife! How many coincidences do we need before we go, hang on, I see a pattern forming here. I saw it forming fucking years ago. Suppose it helps it was pointed out to me when I was a kid. Here's one for you. I knew Port Arthur was going to happen nearly 10 years before it happened. I just didn't know where. We knew it was going to be Tasmania, but we didn't know where. We thought maybe Devonport because, you know, all goods. Where anyone could go in and buy a firearm. Sounds like I'm sticking up for the gun nuts, the gun control nuts now, doesn't it? Nah. Just seemed feasible. Or could have been here in Burnie. Well, then we thought, no, bound to be where the two-headed people are in Smithton. But then, no. What about Huonville? There's still cavemen down there. We was close. We got more to come yet. They're not going to stop until they get them all. Until they get it all. Oh, by the way, Bernie, please, I still get around everywhere with a pocket knife on my side. Why? Because I always have. I'm not going to have you scare me into submission. Doesn't work that way with me, I'm afraid. You take it, I'll buy another one. I'll buy another 5. Just can't get enough meat off a lamb chop, can you? So, I don't care what anyone says. This isn't the case of letting people into the country. Scott Challen, you fucking monger. They're invited into the country. They're just the right people. mean, there's no other explanation. What is it? Chicken or the egg? The terrorist or the gun law? The words or the hate speech? What come first? Or the sook? The sooks are manufactured, by the way. We weren't sooks once. Now we're all running off to our safe space because of words.